There is a commotion in the distance. You are all kind of standing in. To call it a clearing would be too generous of a term. You're just standing amongst the big ancient trees of the forest of Imlan. Zlobs, Darby, Morgan, Mindy, you're all there with Vil, an elven archer, and her duck friend Hobie, and a young wizard, and a dwarf in really ornate armor, and a priest of some kind, but he ran off. And you just hear kind of commotion in the distance. And the dwarf told you all to essentially ready yourself for battle.
Gregory
is his name.
Yeah, I'm ready. You don't think I'm ready? Punch me! Punch me! Punch me!
You don't want that.
Oh, yeah? Okay, it sounds like you don't want to punch a kid. I see how it is.
Human child, it will be the death of you.
Just try it. No, just try it. So I have some of the best armor in the entirety of the Northeast. No.
I'm going to just walk over and punch Slobs. Not too hard.
Yeah.
Not in the face. In my armor.
Let's go 2d6 plus charm here. This is a punch of let's not have this conversation now, so we'll see how we do.
10.
Yeah,
all right.
Thank you.
Slobs, you get the message loud and clear. What you choose to do with it is up to you. Something about Darby's expression in that moment. Like Darby has her game face on.
Slobs, we don't know what is about to happen, but I don't think you want to mess with that guy.
But he's so cool. We shared a lot of cool war stories. He's so cool.
Elven person, what's going on? What do we need to be prepared for?
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, I'm sorry. Let me point at you.
My name is Vil.
Vil, that's a weird name.
My full name is Vilartarash Tharalandi.
Oh, that's a cool name.
I'm gonna call you Vil. It's fine.
Oh, can we call her Somerville?
Yeah. Hey, Somerville. Somerville, what do we need to be prepared for?
It will be winter any day now. What is your question?
What do we need to be? I heard wars.
Oh, yes. Yes, there is an impending war.
What are those horns?
At this moment, Raz, the priest, comes back. It's what I thought. It's the Stone Shapers, and they've come in numbers.
The what?
We've
the Stone Shapers. They're doing something new this time.
Something new?
Excuse me, Somerville. What's a Stone Shaper?
A Stone Shaper. They've come to try and claim our territory before. They're dangerous. They tried to negotiate and it didn't work, and they have resorted to force, deadly force often.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all children?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I suggest you find shelter.
Oh, excuse me.
I can help you.
Punch me. Try it.
Slobs, can you stop asking people to punch you?
Can you ask people to stop underestimating me? That would be appreciated.
Would it be helpful if I do some recon?
I don't understand. Are you all children of war?
Yeah. That seems more accurate.
Yes.
Well, Chauncey is as well.
Oh.
Chauncey?
Chauncey.
Hi. That's me.
Chauncey's our human child.
Hello.
The one that wanted to kill us earlier.
Yes, he's a
in a
magic user and
controlled
he loves to
manner.
kill.
Pulled me in.
Okay. Well, listen, Somerville, we can handle our own. We're Blittle League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you heard of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monsters and demons and stuff is sort of our thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Gregory
I won't
the
turn
dwarf,
others away from a fight.
kind of looks at all of you. The Stone Shapers are without honor. As Vil said, they came under a flag of truce. They want all of these lands. They want to mine it. They want to rip up these trees. And while I appreciate an efficient mining operation, these are inhabited lands, and the people here have autonomy. That's when they sent mercenaries, and the people of this forest sent them back. Raz, what do you have this time? And Raz, the priest, looks and kind of shakes his head. They're not mercenaries this time. It smells like magic out there.
Ugh.
All right, well, Magic Boy.
Yeah.
Channy. Channy, you were telling me that you had the ability to conjure something to get us back home. Can I propose that perhaps that we defend this land in exchange for you potentially getting us back home? Because that's all we want.
Well, this isn't my home. This is Ville's. So I would let her do the negotiation.
Oh, fair enough. Thank you, Channy. Somerville.
It's Chauncey. You would do well to remember the name.
Yeah, he won a science fair.
I expect he'd be fine with Magic Boy as well.
That would be fine. I won a science fair, but it was a lot of magic.
Magic Boy is easy for me to remember. Somerville.
Yes.
Is that a valid exchange?
If you wish to help me defend this land, know that we will be using lethal force.
Lethal. Darby, what does lethal mean?
People are going to die.
This is
We
not
have to be
something I
prepared.
take lightly.
Do they deserve it?
Flashback.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is a tale kind of woven together by Ville and Gregory, kind of explaining things quickly to you. The Stone Shapers, in their kind of ornate robes and badges of office, all carrying ceremonial pickaxes like staves, are standing around this giant smooth table. On it is a map that your characters wouldn't recognize, but we recognize as the Forest of Imlan. And they are salivating over it like they're about to carve into a meal. The map itself is highlighted in these big crimson marks, denoting veins of unique ores and rare minerals. Throughout this room are these great carved reliefs, almost like giant mosaics or tapestries, only carved into stone, of hordes of miners and machinery kind of ripping up land. It's almost like it's a stone version of a great epic ballad, where it seems like the enemy is the earth, and they are right in tearing it apart for the treasures within it. The Stone Shapers talk to each other. They debate losses. They debate how much money they should spend on mercenaries, until eventually one of the Stone Shapers, wearing this kind of big pair of goggles and this huge mask, kind of walks forward and presents the group with a new idea. And she kind of produces this chest and opens it up, and inside are these, rubies, these kind of large, like the size of a walnut rubies, kind of uncut rubies. And, this goggled person asks everyone to kind of take one. And they do so, and they begin this ritual. Jump ahead some length of time. One of the Stone Shapers, wearing kind of traveling leathers and kind of pulsing with weird obscuring magics, runs through the Forest of Imlan, finds a patch of land that seems appropriate between two trees, takes that very same chest and kind of overturns it with the rubies kind of all hitting the the ground of the forest and sinking into it as if pulled. And then there's a great rumbling. And back to the present.
What?
Make no mistake, these stone shapers are not here for peace. They are here for greed. They are here for wealth. And I don't know how to answer the question, do they deserve it? But what I know is I will defend this forest with the life that it gave me, and it is my purpose to do so. It is not your purpose to do so, so you do have a choice. But if you want to stay and help me as Gregory has, and at the rest of the Knights of Prospect have now come to do, then we can guide your safe passage home. Somehow.
Well, Somerville, we have established a transaction.
Well, and frankly, our job as Blittle Leaguers, what we've agreed to is to defend our home. And right now, we seem to have found this to be our home.
Vil, you can hear it in your ears. An old growth tree, maybe 400 years old, is just yanked out of the ground about 300 feet away. You hear it die. And then the sound of elk running through the woods away from what's coming.
Is there another one nearby?
Mm-hmm.
The one that just got ripped up?
Yeah.
I'll step into the tree closest and step out of that one to see what's going on.
Oh.
Ah!
I go after Vil again.
Sure. Yeah, slobs that you smash your face into the tree.
Ow!
Vil, you emerge from a tree nearby, and just kind of your eyes kind of move through the bark, and you see it. A war party. And those aren't stone shapers. Maybe they are stone shapers. As someone born of the forest of Imlan, this is a grotesque mockery. They appear to be creatures made out of the forest.
Out of my forest?
Yeah. Like vaguely living shapes made of dirt and rocks and wood and parts of trees and the bones of animals that died.
Oh.
They are these animated amalgams of bits in all form of horror. Some of them look like people, some of them look like things. They are cutting a path of loud, sloppy, wanton destruction.
How many?
A couple dozen of various sizes. The biggest is probably the one that's now carrying the tree that it knocked over.
I return to the group.
So that's why you can't run through a tree, Slob.
I think. Well, I just, if I could be more confident, I think it will work. Oh, hello, welcome back.
What did you see?
Gregory, there's 24, maybe more. I think they're making more of themselves. They look like elementals, something I've never seen before. They're of the forest, but cloaked in death.
The insidiousness of these stone shapers know no bounds.
What's the strategy?
If you think they're making more of themselves, then we have to go to them.
I may be able to call in some reinforcements to help protect the trees that haven't been taken yet.
Excellent. Thank you.
I draw my sword and summon my army of heaven.
Okie dokie. Let's roll for it. The army. Flaming Sword is now a beacon that can summon a host of angels to join you in combat. 2d6 plus tough, please.
13.
Wow.
Got it. All right, I want you to describe what this looks like, keeping in mind, of course, that they're going a further way because this is a very different dimension.
So I draw my flaming sword, reach it up toward the sky, and yell, "Army of Heaven, I summon you!" And kind of close my eyes because I'm not sure what's about to happen right now. And I can feel my sword pulsing, and there's some resistance initially. I can feel it almost... It's like it's filling with energy and souls, and they're trying to get out. And then all at once, all of the angels erupt out in blue flame, almost like they're one because they've been pushing and pushing against the wall to come through. And when they surround us, I command them. There are elementals up ahead. I want each of you to protect the trees. Find a tree and protect it. Do not let them take any more.
Nakir himself, the steward of the Arsenal of Heaven, made the trip.
Ooh.
He is resplendent in battle armor that probably hasn't been worn in 1,000 years. I feared this was an interesting call. We are not in Somerville anymore.
No.
No, we've taken a bit of a road trip through different dimensions. To be honest, I wasn't even sure who would come if I summoned. If it would be the army from our dimension or another.
I'm pretty sure I'm the Nakir that you know, but only pretty sure.
You feel familiar.
Same. These trees do to an extent. There is a holiness to them, though I wouldn't call it that.
The place
He
feels
turns
sacred.
to Vil. Vil, you are staring at everyone. These Blittle Leaguers seem to be okay with this, but you are looking at a 12-foot tall pillar of eyes wearing gold armor. And he kind of looks at you. This is your home, yes?
Yes.
Darby is a dear friend.
Oh.
Aw. We love Darby too.
Yeah.
As a bond of that friendship, we will defend your home alongside you.
Thank you.
The angel sings a song that transcends language, and all of the other angels just kind of spread through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's what this means. You all get a +1 on kick some butt rolls, and Darby, your sword now has 4 harm, not 3 harm on it. The flame is like pulsing blue and everything.
Everyone present gets a +1 on kick some butt.
If you're in Blittle League.
Unless you are from a different universe, then you get a +1 on hack and slash and volley.
Oh yeah, because it's a different rule set.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad they're both built off of Power by the Apocalypse.
Thank goodness.
Do I know which direction they are coming in?
Yeah, that way.
Great. I say, Morgan, get my back, and I run off.
Got it. So Zlobs, you get to pick first. You kind of sprint ahead, and kind of everyone else looks around, and Gregory kind of smashes these big iron gauntlets together.
Ooh.
Follow the lad. We're not going to be beaten by him. Come on. And all of you kind of like charge forward through the woods. Zlobs, you see it first, this kind of war party. And it is a It is a vicious mockery of nature. They all have different shapes and are shambling and moving. They have many arms or few arms. They have legs and weird spindly wings. Each of the four of you gets to choose one to deal with. We'll start with Zlobs, and then we'll go clockwise from there.
The big one.
Yeah, all right. So you get the Siege Walker. The thing that you immediately zoom in on is about 15 feet tall and made of stone with bits of dirt and kind of red vines moving through him. He is dragging behind him, or it, a massive old-growth tree that he shouldn't be able to lift. But at one point, as you're kind of approaching him, he sinks his feet into the ground, picks it up and swings it and smashes apart another tree that has been here for hundreds of years and just rips it apart. And he's just kind of, you feel the breeze of it.
Oh, can I do something cool?
Yeah, but we're going to do that at the start of combat. I want to assign everybody first. Zlobs, you are dealing with the Siege Walker. It has 10 harm you need to deal with.
That's it?
Yeah. Darby, there are 3 for you to choose from. The Blade Walker, the Twins, or the Tiger. Your choice.
The Tiger.
So you kind of run, your wings kind of come out, and you kind of start darting through the trees. And you see kind of running along the outside of this war party, leading a pack, is, in your mind, it looks like a tiger to you. It's this weird kind of like green, mossy, animal-looking amalgam with these like sharp, rocky spines running down its back. Its roar sounds like angry water. And it roars at you and kind of rears up. And you charge it, and it charges you. Morgan, do you want to deal with the Twins or the Blade Walker?
I'm merely going to look at what Somerville is immediately looking at and decide to handle that first.
Okay. So you want Vil to choose, and then you want that one instead?
Yep.
All right. Vil, the Twins or the Blade Walker?
The Twins.
There are these 2, they're probably about Gregory's size, like maybe 5'1", but round. And they're kind of running, and it looks like these 2 round, squat things like boulders. But it looks like they're holding hands. So it's like they're like a dumbbell or a pair of nunchucks or something, but they're big. And so they kind of run forward, and you're trying to like do the math of like, all right, where do I put an arrow on this thing or things? And at that point, like Morgan just like takes off in front of you and starts like charging it. Which means that you are going to handle the Blade Walker. By the way, Darby, the Tiger has 8 harm. Morgan, the Twins each have 5 harm.
Okay.
Vil, the Blade Walker, has 9 harm. This is the thing that looks most like a human or an elf.
All right.
In that it's roughly human-sized and only has 3 arms. But each one is holding a sword that is clearly made of sharpened bone. And it starts kind of running towards you, like executing these weird like little flips in the air, like kind of running and like springing off of trees and stuff, and kind of readying the charge. All right, top of Blade Walker is 9, Twins are 5 each, and then I think the Tiger is 8. I got that all written down. All right, top of the lineup here. Zlobs, what cool thing do you want to do?
All right, so the cool thing I want to do is I'm not gonna throw a grenade. I'm not gonna to attack it with something. As part of my upgraded arsenal, I take out some of the good explosives. I specifically go to reach for Mr. Barclay's adhesive hellfire, and I want to get on top of it and to plant this Mr. Barclay's adhesive hellfire on the most vulnerable part of the siege walker.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Let's do a kick some butt roll, 2d6 plus tough, and the +1 from the angels.
Yes. Well, that's perfect. That's a 10.
Hey, there it is. All right. So
it swings at me, so I jump on its arm as it misses.
You do. Now, normally we're not in pitched battle here, so I want to take a moment to remind us all about how combat works. Now, generally speaking, if you roll a 7, 8, or 9, you do your damage to the target, and the target does its damage to you.
Mm-hmm.
On a 10 plus, you can do 1 additional damage, take 1 less damage, or gain +1 on your next roll, or give that +1 to someone else. It's all in there. So with the 10, you have options. You're definitely not going to avoid damage.
That's fine.
So it's your choice. What do you, from the list of 10 plus effects, what do you want to choose?
I would love to cause this thing to like stumble or like affect another creature that another person is fighting. So I guess whatever Darby is fighting, I want like it to like stumble into whatever that creature is.
Can I amend slightly? I want every person to fight their own thing.
Okay.
You're going to help Gregory if that's okay.
Oh yeah. No, that's absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I want to impress Gregory with my battle prowess and my firepower.
You want that so bad.
So bad.
All right. You're going to do 4 damage to it. It's going to do 4 damage to you.
Did we heal last time?
Where did you take that damage?
In a different dimension.
I think
was
you already
it like
did
the
heal.
other day?
Day and time was weird in the Pocket
That's
universe.
true.
Yeah.
If you have any harm, cut it in half.
Okay. So I have 2 harm reduction, so I'm at 3.
All right.
That's below the line.
Yeah. So you kind of run up to it. You hop on its arm as it swings, and you stick this like high yield sticky explosive somewhere important. How does it do its damage to you?
It's mostly Zlob's cause damage. Just being launched and burned with it.
Yeah, so, you kind of slap it in place and you kind of like triumphantly stand up and you're like, yeah! And you look at Gregory, who is being attacked by things that look like birds made of moss, and he's kind of like ripping them apart and punching them.
Yeah, and like I would have jumped off, but I was like seeing that, I was like, I ran some quick calculus, and like I pulled it like the creature like towards it, so it would explode in that direction, knowing that I would take the damage.
Yes. And kind of Gregory sees this and sees you, and yeah, this thing explodes. You go like flying off of it and slamming into a tree. And this, giant siege walker kind of collapses down onto, kind of the flock of birds that is kind of dive bombing Gregory.
Oh, did I go through the tree?
Do you want to?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course I want to go through it like Vil.
Oh no! You try. You're like, well, if I think about it enough, and you just like smash into the tree, and you hear something pop.
Ouch! Oh, no.
And you hit the ground. Yeah, Darby, you're up. You're fighting a giant tiger made of spikes.
It's got spikes. And I notice as I'm running at it that some of those spikes are on a tail that seems to also be made of like vines and stuff. And so I'd like to just run at it, take off in flight just before I get to it so I can get behind it and grab it by the tail so I can whip it around and hit some of the other ones in the pack.
All right. Kick some butt. 2d6 plus tough. +1 for your angels.
6.
So it's going to do its damage to you, which is 3. This thing hits very hard. And yeah, you kind of you fly and bank down, and you kind of prepare to grab the lead tiger when another one kind of dives kind of off camera and kind of slams into you, and kind of sinks its teeth into your side and kind of yanks you out of the sky. Of note, you do have holy armor on, because presumably you're wearing it, so it does reduce the damage by 1. But yeah, you feel like the strength of your armor buckle under this thing. It's like a vice. It's like you're being crushed by rocks. And so you kind of go slamming into a tree and into the ground, and these things are just diving on you. Morgan, you're up.
I noticed the twins. And I believe, I don't know this for a fact, but I believe that they have iron sediments within themselves.
I bet you they do.
I bet you they do, and I bet they're conductive. So I'm going to send as much electricity as I possibly can, hoping to penetrate the surface, hoping that those iron sediments will conduct and cause some sort of damage. And I'm going to do it without looking at them, and I'm going to be looking at Somerville the entire time.
Got it. So no look electrical attack. I will let you use the stunt camera for that. All right, 2d6 plus weird, please. You get +1 on this, and +1 from the stunt camera. So this is going to be probably a missile attack with lightning.
Morgan always gets the stunt camera.
So that was a, without any pluses, a 12, so a 14, I think.
And there we are. All right, so
Pat stunt camera.
So
I just want to
look at
people.
the kick some butt level. You hit the 12 plus, so choose something from the 12 plus. You deal double damage, you take no damage, all sunflowers gain +1, or the target flees.
You know what? All sunflowers gain +1 on their necks. I think this is weirdly conductive.
Yeah, so you do 2 damage to one of them. Well, let's say A. There's A and B. And it does 2 damage to you. So what ends up happening is, it kind of runs forward. One of them plants its feet and kind of swings the other one into you. And you kind of duck out of the way and are kind of spun around a little bit. And as you turn, you kind of make eye contact with Vil and then just like slap a giant lightning blast on one of these things. The like arcing electricity makes all of the air tingle, and you can see all around you in the heat of battle. Hold on, question in the chat. You see kind of the air tingle, and a number of these amalgams kind of for a moment get disoriented. Yeah, that's fun. So yeah, all of you get a +1 on your next roll on top of all the other +1s. Vil, you're up. A giant 3-armed bone sword wielding ninja is dancing its way around you.
Yes. I was going to delay attacking to have a word with one of the nearby trees, but one of the children of war who just joined us walked onto the battlefield, sat down on the ground, and closed her eyes. So this has become somewhat more of an urgent situation.
Indeed. Indeed she has. She seems very comfortable doing this, despite the imminent physical harm. You notice, among other things, that no matter who is talking to who, everyone seems to be able to understand each other. So that's probably part of it. Whatever else she's doing, you don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yes,
she showed one of her thumbs to the young boy, Tislobs, before she started.
Indeed.
Some sort of signal. I can't parse it. The creature's coming towards me. I send Hobie flying towards it.
Mm-hmm.
He banks upward at the last minute, so it's looking up. Gregory, at this moment, I see in the corner of my eye, is about to cross in front of me, fighting some of those moss birds. I run towards him. I shout his name. He holds out his hands. My foot falls into his hands. He launches me in the air, and I am aiming to shoot an arrow straight down its throat.
There you go. Cold shot to the head, please. So this is going to be 2d6 plus volley, +1 for the angels, +1 for the Morgan assist.
Excellent.
Oh, is she a sunflower now? It's canon.
Do I get +1 for Hobie helping me as well?
You sure do.
Are you using a stunt camera?
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. 9 total.
9 total.
Oh, she used a stunt camera.
Yep, you do no damage to it, but it is absolutely paralyzed for some length of time. What that means is you can choose to essentially assist anyone else, or do an activity that does not immediately involve saving your own life or someone else's. So your next turn is almost like a free one.
Yes.
In point of fact, yeah, we'll do it this way. You're going to get 2 actions back to back when it's your turn next. Kind of a free one, and then another one based on actually this thing coming back. Yeah, all of this happens exactly as Vil describes. This like kind of like graceful arcing flip through the air. You know, an arrow which kind of appeared is fired directly down the throat of this thing, and it just kind of staggers and stops. And actually, yeah, because that was super cool, Vil. You hear the sound, even in the midst of all of this. Your hearing is so keen that the arrow hits and stops because it hit a stone. And so there was this loud, resonant, almost chime of an arrowhead like hitting, well, a gemstone. Goong! And then the thing just kind of stops for a second. That's interesting. Slobs, your turn.
Do I have any gemstone things that I'm aware of?
No.
Great. Well,
unless you want to be.
I don't know. I'm just an idiot. I'm going in.
All right, you're going in. Yeah, this thing, you kind of blew a giant chunk out of its upper back.
Oh, I go. Okay, then I go inside.
Oh, sure. All right, yeah, dive into it.
Yeah, we're going, baby.
All right. So, what do you want to do now that you're in there?
Oh, what else? I have more explosives.
Sure. So, if you want, you can.
This is the deep penetration stuff. Before I tried the Hellfire, this is like the this goes through things.
Yeah, this is an armor piercing shape charge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a piercing charge.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll give you a choice because today is a special day for somebody out there in the multiverse. We can double or nothing this thing.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay. I won't.
Yeah, sure.
I don't even tell you the rules.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, all the damage is doubled, both incoming and outgoing.
Can I survive that? Yeah, it's close. Let's do it.
All right. Sure. So 2d6 plus tough, please. +1 from the angels, +1 because of Morgan electrifying the air.
Oh, so kind, so kind. Oh, and that's just enough for give me a 10.
All right, terrific. So you okay, so choose the effect.
How much damage is it? I just don't want to die.
I believe it does 5 damage to you. No, it does 4 damage.
Okay. And that's doubled?
Yep, so that would be 8 damage.
Okay. 8 minus 2 is 6.
Yep.
Can I talk you down just to 4 harm?
No.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's do more damage then. Just load it up.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Wait, hold on. If I do -1, does it Is that -1 also doubled?
Yeah.
What's the order operate? Oh, okay. So it would be 3 damage times 2 minus 2, so that's 4. That's fine. Yeah, I'll do that.
Well,
Well, I have 4 harm left. I have 4 harm slots left.
no, you take 1 less down. No, that would step it down from 8 to 7.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, well then screw that. Let's just increase damage.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, you to anyone watching, and there may not be anyone because everyone's also busy. Zlobs kind of disappears into this giant rock golem, and then suddenly it explodes. Just the top half of it is gone, and a pair of legs kind of stagger around and then split in half. The only thing that appears to survive the explosion is a walnut-sized ruby that's embedded about 2 inches into a tree nearby.
I call to Morgan. Your boy is foolish but powerful.
Slops?
You don't know where he is.
Slops? Slops!
I'm like at like 10 harm. Just let you know. No, 11 harm.
I don't even hear Bill. I'm just looking for Slobs at this point.
All right, we will deal with that on your turn. Darby, what do you want to do?
Well, I don't hear any of that because I am under a pile of tigers.
Yep.
But the piercing kind of thing, that sounded good to me. So I just got to get out of here. So my sword is kind of wedged to my side, but I'm just going to try to pull up my flaming sword so I can ram it up through the one that's directly above me so I can get out of here.
Sounds pretty good. I'll let you, well, it'll be your choice. I could let you roll it as a kick some butt, or if you want to get free, I could let you roll it as a act under pressure.
Now I want to try to do some damage with it.
Got it. So
2.
that's 2d6 plus tough, plus 1 for the angels, plus 1 for the Morgan.
7.
Partial success.
Yeah, 7.
So it's going to do its damage to you, and you're going to do your damage to it. Your damage is 4, and its damage to you is 3.
Oh, great.
Keep in mind, you do have damage reduction of 1.
Of 1. Oh, right.
I just so happen to see the sheet.
Yes. I didn't do that last time either. Okay.
Yeah, so describe what this looks like.
Well, to someone who's watching, it would look like a pile of tiger-like things that look like they're feeding almost in a giant pile. And then all of a sudden they're shrieking and they're just thrown off. They're just thrown apart with one almost like on a stake on my sword as I stumble up and use my wings to try to get all of the dirt and everything away. So it kind of just looks like a pile of feeding tigers that all of a sudden are just thrown away from their feed.
Yeah, so they all kind of like are hurled backwards and are kind of regrouping. You end up getting some air under you, and you kind of start to prepare your next attack. Morgan, the twins are discombobulated for a moment. Wherever you go, they are chasing you. But where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I'm sort of a little like I've been toying with them like a cat, but I'm sort of disinterested in them because they were a means of impressing the nearest female empowerment figure next to me, which was Somerville. So I'm going to throw just a shield at them to freeze them and look and scream, Slobs!
All right. So if you want to try to freeze them, that's just going to be a regular old magic roll. That's use magic. You want to temporarily trap a person or monster.
Mm-hmm.
So roll 2d6 plus weird.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. All right. So the effect is presumably temporarily trap a person or monster.
Yep.
Got it. So until you find Zlobs, this thing will be trapped. So let's play with that a little bit. You are running and looking for Zlobs. I would let you roll, well, unless you have another idea. 2d6 plus sharp always works, unless you want to do something else.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw the gemstone fly off into a nearby some organic matter.
Yeah, so that's you see it, like it's catching the afternoon light kind of streaking through the trees, like you see it. And also it was pretty easy to hear where it came from because a giant explosion happened maybe 30 feet that way. So
yeah,
you're following the tinnitus and kind of running. And yeah, so you are somewhere. I'll let you roll 2d6 plus sharp plus 1 to observe where Zlobs is.
I'm rolling phenomenal tonight. That is 14.
All right. Is he in a tree badly hurt or on the ground nearly dead?
On the ground.
Okay. Zlobs, the most apparent thing is that Zlobs has broken his back.
Oh.
What do you want to do?
Morgan,
Zlobs.
can you tell Mindy to put happy thoughts in my head, please? Like really happy ones.
Of course.
Like soon. Ow.
Yeah, okay. Mindy. And I send a mental telepath. Mindy.
Zlobs, what are you thinking about?
Oh, regrets.
What are you thinking about after Mindy puts something in your head?
Oh, I'm thinking about the upcoming season and maybe going undefeated in the year and really showing off during the season and being kind of the center of attention, to Sunflowers being the center of attention and having a really, really memorable season.
Mm. Yeah,
that
sounds nice.
Darby.
Morgan, one more action. It cannot involve Darby or Vil or Mindy. They are all occupied. But it can be an action that you take or anyone else here can take. But you get one more before we switch.
I'm going to stand here and stand my ground. No one's crossing this boundary.
Got
and
it.
I'm going to charge some stuff.
You're going to what?
I'm going to charge some things.
What ultimately do you want the effect to be?
If anyone crosses the line, they're going to get damaged.
Got it. That sounds like ritual magic to me. 2d6 plus weird, please.
Plus Chauncey.
Oh my god. That's a 13. I'm really rolling it good tonight.
All right. That's exceptional. Yeah, because it's this good, we'll give you a night of prospect. So you kind of step forward and like Zlobs is in half and kind of mumbling. You kind of walk forward, like arms up. Normally when you need to do kind of like a big protective ritual, you need to like mark out geographic patterns and stuff like that. But with this, you more or less like grab a handful of chalk and throw it in the air and everything just like electrifies. And like pebbles are starting to raise off the ground and there's like this floating cloud of mist around you. Raz, the priest, is surrounded by Well, a menagerie of animal skeletons that are apparently fighting on his behalf while he is laughing like a madman. And he turns because he feels like a throb in the fabric of the world when you start activating this defensive shield. And he turns and he looks at you and then looks at Slobs and then looks at you again. Wait. And he dives into the shield before you put it up. Oh, he's in rough shape. Okay, here we go. And switch to Vil. Vil, you have 2 actions. Only one of them needs to deal with the Blade Walker. What do you want to do with the other one?
We need words of wisdom from the forest of Imlan. I approach the nearest tree, put my hand on it, and listen to what it has to say.
2d6 plus wisdom, please.
7.
7. Okay. You have an image in your head of fighting that is happening here. You're just you're seeing it. You're seeing the battle, and you're seeing bits of it in the past and bits of it in the next minute or two. But the thing that you kind of glean from it is that victory or defeat is not going to happen here. It's going to happen somewhere else. So what that means is no matter what happens here, you're going to have to go to another place to do something. And that place is not clear to you. But that's what you learn.
How many creatures can I hit with my next action?
Oh, as many as you want.
How about the Blade Walker and the 8 that I see now surrounding Morgan and Slobs?
Sounds good. 2d6 plus volley, please, plus 1 for the angels.
Oh, 7 again.
The Blade Walker kind of shakes itself back into reality. And you put an arrow into its chest. That's 3 harm to it. And you take 2 in return. This thing kind of starts swiping at you. You back up and kind of get some height under you. I will describe this from the vantage point of Morgan. Morgan, you are holding an electrical shield wall up. The air is supercharged. Your hair is standing up. There's blood coming out from under your fingernails. This is serious stuff. A lot of these things are trying to pass through the electrical field you're starting to get it because you are now hyper attuned to everything going on. It's because these things aren't feeling pain. It's because they are being controlled by people elsewhere.
That must be nice.
Yeah. So these things are willing to sacrifice agony to get to you. And so you start juicing up the force field more. And these things are its arms are starting to break off the moisture in the soil that's holding it together begins boiling off. And so they're cracking and crumbling.
I'm just going to close my eyes while it happens.
Yeah. But their twisted, strange faces are starting to come through. When all of a sudden you hear the sound of the wind and the cracking of rope, just and then shattering and breaking and screaming. and you look up, and surrounding you around the outside of your protective wall is a pile of rubble, and through the rubble you see Vil balanced on a tree branch, staring down her bow at all of you. Zlobs, I'm gonna need you to roll 2d6 plus.
Cool. Thank you.
No, I need to look up Raz's character sheet. Yeah, he's gonna try to slap some major healing on you.
Oh, that would be nice.
2d6 plus Raz's wisdom, please. That's a 1.
Great. Morgan, I'm so tired.
I know Zlobs.
Oh, okay. Well, I just rolled a 12 plus whatever else modifiers.
Well, I'll be darned.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so tired.
Zlobs, are you okay? I'm so sorry.
Do you mind if I go onto the bench? I think I need to sit down.
No, Zlobs.
Zlobs doesn't seem to like he's staying surprisingly composed considering how much blood is pouring out of his mouth when he talks.
Oh no.
I
don't like the taste of this chocolate.
Zlobs, you are met with well, I was going to say it would be the most exquisitely memorable pain you've ever felt in your life, but you were just shot by a firing squad. So you've got 2 of the 4 Mount Rushmore heads of pain in the last fortnight. This is the sound of the hands of an indifferent god reassembling your spine.
Zlobs, are you okay?
I don't know.
You are healed of 4 harm.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and everything in your life is pain and crunching.
I tried to stand up.
Do you?
Just remember the squeeze as you stand up.
Yes, I try my best.
Zlobs, considering he should be dead, the fact that he's on his feet at all and blood is like rushing back to his face is nothing short of a miracle. And I do not use that term lightly.
Learning to walk.
Yeah, that's literally a miracle. You literally witnessed a priest asking God to save a life, and then God did. Zlobs, you are now on your feet and looking around, and you're in the middle of an electric cloud. Because you took that amount of damage, we're going to go ahead and skip your turn, and we're going to get to Darby. Darby, you're up. You're in the sky. You are flying around a pile of tigers.
I've been flying around for a little while, trying to just kind of keep them concentrated on me and not whatever is going on over by Morgan and Raz and Zlobs, who I don't think is in good shape.
You don't think so?
I don't really know what's going on over there. I just know that I need to keep as many creatures away as possible. But I'm not in great shape either. Nothing like him. But so all I can think of right now is just a good old-fashioned grappling match. And so I'm gonna land in the middle of them, and the lead tiger, I'm just gonna wrestle him and try to pull him apart. I'm feeling tough, but not strategic right now. So
that's very fair. 2d6 plus tough.
Oh, welcome my life.
To kick some butt, you get the +1 from the angels.
9.
Okay.
Rolling real low tonight.
So you do your damage, and it does damage to you. It does 3 damage to you. You have damage reduction of 1. Let us remember.
Okay.
You are now very unstable. But yeah, this is a grappling match with a pile of tigers. It is precisely as violent and vicious as you would expect.
I am trained for this.
Yes, you
You'd be
are.
surprised what they train war angels.
Yeah.
You can't always count on holy energy.
So too is Nakir, and so too is Gregory of the Legion. Because they see you kind of dive down, pick up one of the tigers, and kind of like squeeze it and smash it into a tree. And that's when they push forward too. And all of a sudden, the three of you are in a team grappling match where like a tiger jumps at Nakir, but Gregory grabs it by the tail just as it's going to try to bite off Nakir's face made of eyes. And then Nakir literally just punches its head off before like throwing his hands onto Gregory's armored cesti, which Gregory uses to punch another tiger into literally sand. At that point, you kind of like dive up and then kind of body slam a third tiger. And these things are now broken apart and sundered. And you will remember this day when you fought alongside the Keeper of the Arsenal of Heaven and a member of the Dwarven Legion. But the time for fond remembrances is not now. You all kind of like look at each other and you're all like covered in blood and you just kind of nod and like wade back into the fray. Morgan, you are up. Zlobs is miraculously on his feet.
Yeah.
Your electrical field has held for now. The twins are bearing down on you. What would you like to do?
Assuming they're still frozen, I'm going to be so thankful that Zlobs has made a miraculous recovery that I'm going to go hug him and grab a grenade.
Ow! No!
I'm going to grab a grenade from his satchel and throw it at one of the frozen twins.
There you go. Yeah, that spine is still setting. So that's going to be a memorable hug. Let's go. This sounds just like a good old-fashioned kick some butt roll. 2d6 plus tough. I'll give you a +1 for that because of angels. And tell me what you get.
That's a 9.
Hey, I'll be darned. So the twins are going to do their damage to you. Actually, I mean, one of them is. This damage in the form of 2 harm comes from the fact that you hit the damaged one with a grenade and it explodes into shrapnel. That shrapnel is now embedded in your arms.
I have enough harm, I think. I jump in front of it.
Oh,
Because I'm a sweet idiot.
foolish boy.
It's fine. I have 2 harm reduction.
Foolish.
Foolish but powerful.
2d6 plus tough, Zlobs.
I have. Oh no. Plus tough. Plus 1.
Yeah.
10 then.
Yeah. All right. So
I have really good armor, sir.
Morgan, yeah, you throw this thing and this thing explodes and you just like instinctually cover your face.
No.
But yeah, you're not hit with anything because Zlobs just kind of flies in front of you and is blown back with concussive force and hits the ground and springs back up.
Zlobs, you dummy!
Spring is a very strong word.
Yeah.
Help me up, please.
Fine, here.
Vil, you're up.
I need Hobie to go fetch that red stone from Morgan.
Yep. Hobie is able to wrench that ruby out of the tree and returns it to Morgan.
Yeah.
No more. Wait. It was in the tree?
Yeah, one of the rubies from the giant thing that blew up.
Yes, return it to me, please.
Oh, yeah. Hobie drops it into your hand.
Thank you. Can I get 2 arrows into this bone wielding creature?
Yeah.
Excellent. 8.
All right. I think that'll be enough for the bone wielding creature. You take 2 more harm, Vil. But yeah, after enough arrows, this thing kind of splits apart. Like you end up, one arrow takes off one arm, one arrow takes off the other arm, and this thing kind of goes off balance and kind of falls onto the ground and cracks apart. You see kind of in its chest the gleam of yet another ruby.
Excellent. I need to go to the small one on the ground.
Yep.
Can you Someone is controlling these things with these rocks. I felt you entered my mind. I'm not sure through what means. Can you enter the minds of those wielding this?
Mindy. Yeah, actually, I will, if you'll indulge me, I will role play this out. Mindy is kind of sitting there. And then you say that, and all of a sudden she just kind of opens her eyes, and smiles, and holds out her hands.
I give her the stone.
Vil, I'll let you roll it. Even though
right.
you're not Mindy, I will let you roll for Mindy. Why don't you give me a 2d6 plus weird? +1. I like this.
Oh, yeah. 9.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't with the angels. Are the angels helping this one?
You know what? Considering what Mindy's going to do, I'm going to say yeah.
10.
Okay. Ooh, all right. Let me ask you this. Does Mindy want to end the conflict or end lives?
End the conflict being with these creatures, or end the lives of those controlling them.
Mindy gets to decide if the Stone Shapers are going to live or die right now.
She gets to decide.
Yeah.
Does she ask me?
Yes. Like, Mindy kind of gives you a look of, I'm in, what do I do?
End them.
Mindy closes her eyes. In that moment, the eyes of all of the Stone Shapers, deep in their hall, all those miles away, open. What becomes of them is not written down. When their hall is discovered a generation from now, the archaeologists that do will witness a scene that is so puzzling that they will chalk it up to one of the great mysteries of the continent. But as of right this moment, the few remaining Stone Shaper amalgams that are fighting all of you stop, and their arms fall to their sides, and they crack apart.
Mindy Mathers. It may not seem fair to you what I have asked you to carry out. And I'm not sure what's normally expected of human children, but I want to assure you that this is for the good of my home.
I saw within their mind.
They wanted to end this place.
Mm-hmm.
Darcy, did you see that?
Thank you.
And with that, she gets up, produces from a pocket a little book, writes something down, puts it back in her pocket, and then runs over to Zlobs.
Oh, thank you for the Band-Aid. I was sick of getting blood in my eye.
Yeah. All of you are very badly hurt.
Actually, I'm not so. My fingernail hurts real bad.
Yeah. You need like a paraffin dip. Everyone else likely needs surgery. So, yeah, it's one of those things where the time to celebrate is not at this moment. All of you kind of limp and or are like moved magically back to this village. This small, beautiful village. Like every home here looks like a gingerbread house. It's absolutely gorgeous. And in this village are elves, and some look very old and some look very young, even though they're all roughly the same age looking. You are placed into beds of impossible comfort, and you are bathed in magic.
I'm going to find the one who goes by Chauncey.
You do. Chauncey has a 2-foot branch kind of sticking out of his side, and he's not necessarily worried by it. I'm okay if I don't move. What's up?
This is maybe it's not the first time you've gotten a branch stuck in your side.
I get involved in some things. What could I do for you?
We want to go back home.
Yeah, I think I can figure something out.
What do you need?
Actually, those rubies are probably going to come in handy.
Those rubies?
Yeah, they represent a bridge between places. I could probably boost their power enough so that they could represent a bridge between places really, really far apart. This may seem like a silly question, but you can very clearly visualize where you're from, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go ahead and have you do that once you're all healed up.
Well, we can make short order of that. Zlobs? He's basically a professional healer. Darcy? She's an angel.
I'm a professional what?
Healer. Zlobs will heal fast. He basically.
They're called healies. The healers are people who heal other people. People who are healed are called healies.
Zlobs, I didn't ask for specific. You know what? Here's another peach ring. Enjoy your peach ring.
I really don't.
Yeah, here you go. Darcy is an angel, basically like magic. Mindy has barely taken a scratch. So, as you can imagine, we might be ready to go. It's not. It might be like we have people waiting for us. Like we might have someone who's waiting for our phone call. So,
yeah, I don't think they know what a phone is. I'm sorry, I'm being so contradictory.
Slobs?
I'm in a lot of pain. And Gregory still won't punch me. Coward. Don't punch
Gregory, take a deep breath. Gregory.
I don't see you jumping in a golem.
If he didn't fight so well out there.
I understand.
But he did.
He did. And he almost died already once today. He doesn't need a second one. Take a walk.
I'm taking a walk.
Okay.
Somerville, you can imagine what it must be like to be separated by someone that you love as much as Gregory for such a long time.
Oh, are you two dating? That's pretty cool.
That's not.
I'm so sorry.
Relevant at this time.
I'm sorry. I usually I make that assumption, and it's correct.
So
no one's. He was staying with me to help me defend the forest from those that would attack it, as you saw happened today.
Yes.
And
Somerville, why are you sweating?
I'm not. I don't do that. I'm not.
Okay.
Children of Somerville. We asked much of you today.
Sunflowers. Thank you very much.
Sunflowers, then. Sunflowers. We asked much of you today. From some of you, I think we may have asked too much, but you helped me defend the forest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really one for words, so I will struggle to explain to you how important this is. You all have saved the forest of Imlan, and you will be given a gift each from the forest as thanks.
In this moment, with some degree of ceremony, another elf who introduces herself as Radish brings, essentially in this like wagon, like draped in linens and stuff, a collection of boxes. And she kind of looks at you, Vil, and nods.
This is Radish.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Zlab.
Radish has prepared gifts of the forest.
Hi, I'm Morgan. Nice to meet you.
They are made from brass wood. It is a customary wood for gift giving. And Radish is very skilled in working it. And because of what you have done here today, each gift will be imbued with some of the spirit of the forest for your use back home.
Whoa, that's cool.
Each of you gets to choose something. After you choose, I will tell you what it does. Each of you can choose the same thing, different things. There's no limit to these things. A brasswood bat, a brasswood flute, a brasswood bow, or a brasswood brooch.
Bat.
All right, Slobs gets a bat. Darby?
What was the second one? It was
A bat, a flute, a bow, and a brooch.
flute.
Flute? Morgan?
I get the brooch.
And Vil, if you were to guess, what do you think Mindy would want?
Mindy will take the bow. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
I see her look at
crossbow.
mine before she takes it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you get one of each. Open up your character sheets, everybody. I'll tell you what each of them do.
Mm.
The brasswood bat. First and foremost, all of these things are gifts of the forest, which mark you as a friend to the forest of Imlan. Should you ever return here, this will be a badge of friendship. The bat. The bat gives you +1 on any Blaseball related roll that involves swinging a bat or using a bat. So, in the confines of a Blaseball game, you have +1 on any batting that you do.
Oh,
We're gonna rock this season.
That's all you needed was Zlobs better at contact hitting.
Yeah. This is you're really
that's
going to be able to
dangerous.
spray the ball to all fields.
Yes.
The flute, Darby. When you are handed the flute, you instantly know how to play a song on it. One song. That song creates a temporary effect. If you play it, you can ask one question of someone you're talking to, and they must be truthful. And then they can ask you one question, and you must be truthful.
Oh.
The bow. The bow is a really good bow. Bow is nicer than any bow you've ever seen.
of course, it was made by Radish.
Indeed. This bow does 2 harm with the tags far and quiet. Powerful as a gun, silent as the night. The brooch. So long as you wear the brooch, you get +1 on manipulate someone rolls.
Ooh.
Of note, it only works if they can see the brooch. You can't manipulate someone over the phone, unfortunately.
What was a video call?
In landscape, no. In portrait, yes.
I'll wear this with pride. Thank you. It looks
These
pretty.
Gifts, when Radish comes out carrying them, are not yet imbued with the spirit of the forest. But as I take each of them out and I hand them to each child, each sunflower reaches out to grasp the gift, and the vines travel down my arms and wrap around their wrists and around the gift for a moment.
I hate it.
Ah,
Please be quiet.
sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry.
Thank
So
you.
loud.
This is a moment for respect for the forest that you saved. And each of them is ready.
Mhm. And now for the ritual. Each of you is asked to repeat one word about Somerville to kind of ground you in the ritual. Zlobs, what is that word?
home.
Darby?
Home.
Morgan? The ritual is complex, but doesn't take a long time. You all find yourself getting tired, your vision getting obscured, the sounds getting quieter, the smells getting fainter. You don't feel the wind on you anymore. You are returned to a place of stillness. In fact, the last thing you're all able to make out is a look from Vil, a thankful smile. Vil and Hobie are overlooking one of the creeks that bends around the village of Imlan in the forest.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't suppose we'll see them again. But they will be remembered regardless. Radish will make sure of that.
Wah.
You know, I liked them too. Don't look so surprised. I can like people. Not as much as you.